Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to go through another top 5 and 5, which is me talking about basically the top 5 fashion stories this week, and I'm going to get straight into it with number 1. And number 1 is the CFDAs, the Council of Fashion Designers of America. They had their awards show on Monday night. And yeah, basically the CFDAs, they're all about strengthening and supporting American designers in the global economy. So that's what they're all about. So it's very much focused on American designers. So this is a night purely for America. And yes, it's always a very kind of glitzy event. But the top award went to Mary-Kate and Ashley's label called The Row. I love, love, love this label. I don't personally own anything from this label as it's very expensive, but it's just a lot of neutral colours and simple shapes, and I just love it. It looks so chic, and I just think they've done amazingly well. This is the second time that they've won the Women's Wear award. Tom Ford took the Menswear award, and Pharrell Williams took the Fashion Icon award. So yeah, those were the top winners of the night. But onto the red carpet, and my favourite looks of the night were Kim Kardashian. There's not really ever a time that she's not dressed in a beautiful gown that just makes her look amazing. She was in Parenza Scholler, and she looked really good in this kind of like netted, sheer feathered, her feathers actually caught on fire. So yeah, it was just like really spectacular dress, and I think because she has just announced that she's pregnant, it is going to be one of the last times that she can really wear a dress like that, because obviously she's going to start getting a baby bump. I also loved Gigi Hadid in Michael Kors. She looked like a golden goddess. Chrissy Teigen in Soulless London, and Anna Yurs in Alexander Wang. They were my favourites. They looked so gorgeous. Okay, so my second story of the week is Caitlyn Jenner. This was everywhere. This really did break the internet. It was actually a crazy week for the Kardashians, because obviously Kim came out and said she was pregnant for the second time, and then Bruce Jenner revealed her as Caitlyn Jenner. So she has completed the gender transition, and she's on the front cover of Vanity Fair. It's a 22-page cover spread. It was shot by Annie Leibovitz, and yeah, she looks really good. I mean, obviously she's had surgery done, obviously, and but I think because obviously he was an athlete, I think he's kept his body in really good condition, and she just really looks amazing, and I just hope that this helps the transgender community, and basically helps everyone's attitude towards transgenders, and just, yeah, it just kind of normalizes it a bit more. But obviously there's still a long way to go, because there's like, you know, it's very hard to understand what these people go through. But I think with someone with that amount of fame and like, you know, media attention, it can only really be a good thing. Okay, so my third story is touching upon a story I spoke about in my last video, and that was Kendall and Kylie for Topshop. Now, I know I said that there was no date, it's going to be sometime in the summer, but it's actually now. So, well, technically we are in summer, although we do not have summer here. But no, the collection launched a couple days ago and is now available to buy on the Topshop website, and it's very LA kind of vintage style, beachy. It's all like kind of florals, embroidery with the kind of on cotton, like a lot of like white cotton and off the shoulder tops with and like blouson sleeves, a lot of florals and kind of graphic t-shirts, just very LA, but with a kind of retro style. And obviously it's very affordable because it's Topshop, so yeah, I will definitely be checking that out. Okay, so my fourth story of the week is the Gucci Cruise collection. Now Gucci has kind of taken a different direction since the new creative Alessandra Michele took over. from Frida Gianni. She was much more glam with the collection, whereas he's kind of trying to bring it back and make it more appealing to the youth, I guess. A bit more cooler, a bit more funkier, just less polished, I guess. And this was definitely a less polished cruise collection. I mean, it was still had the quality and everything, but the actual theme and the kind of the vibe was much less polished, and it was Moroccan inspired. But even though he's kind of trying to pare it back, he did still shut down a street in New York. He shut down West 22nd Street so that the models could walk across the road into venue, which is, you know, very diva-like. So yeah, obviously it's still Gucci. But yeah, no, the collection was kind of Moroccan themed. It was, the venue had like exposed brick and upholstered chairs and souk rugs. Everything you'd find in Morocco, basically. But back to the collection, it was a very feminine collection with a lot of earthy tones incorporated in there and very delicate materials. There was kind of pleated silk and lace, very kind of flowy materials, but keeping the kind of earthy theme and the Moroccan theme with the kind of deep browns, red and cream tones. But yeah, they kind of injected it with a bit of youth with the whole kind of style of the models. They weren't glammed up to the max. It was very kind of simple hair, simple makeup. There was a kind of like a geeky vibe going on, because a lot of the models had on kind of big framed glasses. And but yeah, very feminine. There was kind of crossed up ballet pumps with pom-poms on them. As I said, a lot of kind of pleating, just very feminine materials. And yeah, very youthful, and that is really what he's trying to go for and target. Okay, so my final story of the week is actually a fashion documentary called A True Cost, and it was just released this week. It's kind of the first. Obviously there's been documentaries done before on television things, but not on this scale, about the kind of fast fashion supply chain and the abuse that goes on and the exploitation that goes on of workers and to the planet due to fast fashion. And it's quite a hard-hitting film. I've not seen the whole film yet. I've seen the trailer and I've read a lot of reviews and a lot of people saying it's very emotional. And all you have to do is really look at the statistics. There are 40 million garment factory workers, and 4 million of those are in Bangladesh. And over 85% of those 4 million workers are women, and they get paid less than $3 a day. And it's just a really shocking treatment of human beings, and it's all for fast fashion, which is just really disgusting. But at the end of the day, it's very much down to the consumer and the consumer's decision to buy the garments. So me, you know, I've bought fast fashion. Most people buy fast fashion because it's affordable, but there are things you can do. You don't have to buy. I mean, really, it's just coming round in a circle, because people are buying fast fashion. They're buying really cheap clothing, and then it's not good quality, so they're having to buy more of it and more often. If you really kind of had the same amount of money, but you just invested it in a few pieces that were going to last you much longer, years longer, and then you wouldn't have to buy as much of the cheap clothing. So it really is down to the consumer, but it's difficult because people need to be educated, and they need to be educated to a level where they really care. They really care enough to not buy that £5 pair of jeans, and instead maybe buy an £80 pair of jeans that's going to last you a lot longer and is going to be supporting the companies that treat their workers well and treat the planet well. I sound boring and whatever, but it's so important because there's people that are being killed, you know, in these factories that are collapsing, and different chemicals that are getting into their body that's giving them cancer, and obviously the damage that it's also doing to the planet, all the dyes that are in the rivers and the sea, and all the, you know, the way that materials are made that's just really not good for the environment. I just think it really comes down to being more ethical the consumer being more ethical, more intelligent, and just like less ignorant of what's going on around them. I think people are very ignorant and they choose not to care. So don't be ignorant and be aware of what's going on around you. Okay, so that's my lecture of the day over and that is also my video over, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. I am over 5 minutes, like way over, so yeah, that was a fail this week, but hey ho, there's always next week to try again. And I'm gonna leave it there, guys. Okay, I will see you in my next video. Mwah.